how y'all doing? It's your girl, your diva in knowledge. Lady Mocha represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Well, I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to everyone. Hope y'all are doing well. Of course, I haven't been uploading, y'all. I'm on my new journey. You know, I got my own Tumblr custom-made company, in which I custom design tumblers for weddings, bridal showers, baby showers. Southern Chick Creations is the name of my company. So if anybody is interested in me making customized tumblers, whether if it's for a deceased loved one, a special occasion, an anniversary, a birthday, even if you just have a private company or a commercial business and you would like for me to make tumblers for you to give to your customers, your clients, hit me up at cafedeparis79@yahoo.com and I'll be more than delighted. I will actually send you some images and you can pick and choose what images you would like for me to press on the cups, and I will send the designs to you and let you pick and choose. And once you have picked the image, I will go ahead and start customizing the cups. Of course, you got to put a deposit down. And other than that, just hit me up if anybody's interested in getting some customized cups made. So nevertheless, y'all, I got on here because everybody's been talking about it. Some of you probably have heard. Some of you who actually have a life, such as myself, who don't always have time to keep up with social media and all of these news outlets. There's a video that's basically going viral of a man who is coming to see his child, and he's bringing his child some McDonald's. Okay, and nothing wrong with that. It's cool. A man decides, you know what, I'm gonna stop and get little JJ, little Kiki. I'm gonna go get them some McDonald's and stop by and see them and bring my kids some food, which is cool. So nevertheless, this gentleman approaches the mother of his child's home with a soda and a bag of McDonald's, and he basically says, I came to bring my child, whatever child's name is, some lunch. So of course, the baby mama was very furious. In fact, she was outraged at the fact that he decided to bring his one child something to eat and not bring the other kids that are not his, that do not belong to him, that he is not the father of. She got very offended by that and actually blasted him out, chewed him out. And the guy couldn't understand what he did wrong. He like, look, I'm just bringing my son or whatever some food. I can't bring my child some food. She blows up on him and says, how dare you bring just him something to eat, and I got other kids here. Like, okay, you gonna stunt by bringing him some food. My other kids gonna feel bad because they didn't get no food. So you mean to tell me you can't bring them all something? You just gonna bring the one child, me and you got together some food? Oh, hell no. So a lot of people was furious about this. And the male content creators could not wait to go in because, they believe in proving a point that, black women, we are messy. We just always making a facade out of everything. You know how they do when sisters like this, act out in this behavior. It proves that it makes their narratives valid, that you just have some women that are just messy and complicated to deal with. And I will say, for the most part, it's true. But at the same token, a lot of us as black women, we don't conduct ourselves in this manner. But again, if it doesn't apply, you ain't got to reply. So only women who carry themselves in that manner should feel some type of way as such. So everybody gave their opinion on it, and this is my personal opinion. This is what a lot of women have to understand. Now, truth is, there are some men who are generous enough. When they know a woman has multiple children, instead of picking up a bag of McDonald's, they'll pick up a large pizza, or they'll pick up a 16-piece of chicken. Like, what the hell? Shit, they ain't gonna break me feeding 5-6 other more. Plus plus men who probably were raised in single parent households or raised in environments in which they parents struggled. They empathize with children. They don't they don't look at it like, well, that's not my child, I ain't got to. You have some men, for the most part, that do the opposite, that will feed everybody because it's not breaking their pockets, it's not hurting them. They looking at it like, shit, it's just pizza, it's just chicken, because they struggled too, and they knew what it was like seeing their nieces, their nephews, they aunts and uncles drop off certain things just for their cousins and just for their whatever, and they as a child was able to identify with feeling bad that they wasn't able to get what their cousins got or whatever the case is. So you do have some men that are generous enough to do that. However, there's nothing stating that a man is obligated to feeding all of your children. Now, as a single mother, okay, a woman of multiple children, it meaning you have more than one baby daddy, which is, I'm sure that is the case with this woman, which is why she exploded like she did. As a single mother, it is your job to explain to children, okay, if they daddy, because it's not just food. If you got 3-4 different baby daddies, you may have one that on his lunch break will always bring his child some lunch. You may have one that will only get their child on the weekend. So if a man wants to get his own child on the weekend, oh, he got to get all your kids. Okay, if a man wants to take his child to the movies, oh, he got to take all your children to the movies. As a single mother, this is my intake. It is your job to explain to your children. Look here, that is JJ's daddy. JJ is going with his daddy to the movies. Next week, I'll see if your daddy can take you to the movies. Or JJ daddy bought him some McDonald's. Okay, that's his dad. I'll take y'all later and get y'all some McDonald's. I will go make y'all something to eat. As the single mother, it is your job, wherever the other children are being deprived or lacking, you are supposed to make up for that. You are supposed to compensate for that. It is not up to one of your children, baby daddy, to compensate for all what other children are lacking. Now, you may have 4 baby daddies, and this is the thing. Let me just tell you ladies something. This is the catch-22 when you have multiple children and multiple different baby daddies. It's going to be a chance that 1 out of 4, we're just going to hypothetically speak. Let's say if I got 5 kids, okay? 2 of them got the same baby daddy, but the other 3 got their own daddy, okay? 9 times out of 10, out of all 4 baby daddies, it's going to be one that's going to be an ain't shit ass dude, okay? Keep in mind, this is the man I chose. This is the man I give my vagina to. 9 times out of 10, one of them is just going to be a straight up deadbeat, okay? There's going to be 1 or 2 that are more active, that do come around, that do spend time. And there's going to be another one in which you got to basically run him down and ask him to do stuff because he acts like he done forgot he got a child with you. This is the chance we take, ladies, when we decide to produce multiple children for multiple men. Not all baby daddies are going to be on the same accord. No different than you guys that are going around smashing multiple women and got multiple baby mamas. It's going to be 1 or 2 that's just going to be a straight beast, that's just going to be a straight bitch, that's not going to cooperate with you, that's going to make your life miserable, that's going to make your life difficult. And it'll be 1 or 2 that's cool, laid back, not going to give you a hard time. Let you see Kiki, let you see JJ, and she's chill. That's the chance you take when you have multiple children for multiple different people, because first of all, everybody's parenting skills are different. Everybody doesn't have that same generosity. Like, this man didn't feel the need to have to bring food for everybody. Can't knock him for it. That's just how he feels. Again, you have some men that'll bring pizza, making sure all the kids get a slice of however, because again, he remembered what it was like when he struggled. He don't want the other kids to feel bad. But either way, no guy is wrong. No man is wrong, whether he wants to look out for the other children or he decides not to. Nevertheless, this is the chance you take, because everybody has their own personality. Everybody has their own style of parenting. Some people don't see nothing wrong with that. I mean, for instance, you may have, we all have certain people in our family where they think their children are gold. So when it comes to family events or family reunions, whatever, you'll see they come around and their children are a lot more privileged compared to the other kids, you know. And as a parent, if you see your child is feeling bad that they're not getting something, or they feel intimidated because their cousins or the other kids in their family got more than they got, as the parent, that is your job to explain to them that, look, okay, just because you see so and so have something, that does not mean you're entitled to it. Okay, as a mother, we have to teach that to our children. We cannot make them think that every time one of their siblings gets something, they automatically are entitled to it, especially when there's different fathers, because if that's the case, you're going to go through that all the time. Okay, when the other baby daddy wants to come around and get his child, it's going to be the same thing. And you cannot be placing stipulations on men who don't want to deal with your other children like that. Now, it's nice, it's generous, but again, they're not obligated. And as a parent, you have to train your children to understand that, so they don't be getting mad and jealous with their other sibling because his daddy comes around and brings lunch all the time, and the other one, his daddy don't never come around. You as the mother, you know which baby daddies are cooperative. You know which ones are deadbeats. The deadbeat daddies, I hate to say it, ladies, you have to compensate for that. If his daddy never comes around and he's always seeing other JJ daddy coming around and Kiki daddy coming around, he never sees his, you cannot take it out on these other men who are doing for their children. And because, you know, one of them is lacking a suffering, you chose that man, and you cannot make grown people do what they don't want to do. Now, the other thing is, at least the man thought about his child to bring his child some lunch. Okay, as much as women bitch and complain, not all, if it doesn't apply, you got to reply. As much as you have women out here who wish their child's father would just stop by to say hello, this man took the time to bring some McDonald's for his child. So she should have been grateful on that. If she felt some type of way, only thing she had to say, well, look here, I appreciate it, but if you don't mind, out the kindness of your heart, if you don't mind, next time, please bring something for all of them, because every time you leave, I got to deal with one sip, my child, my other kids feeling bad, this, and that. Sometimes your delivery to a man makes a big difference. You're not handling him like a punk. You're not talking to him like a child. You're talking to him like a man. You put him aside. And I guarantee you, he probably wouldn't have had a problem with that. But at the same time, you cannot expect him to do so. If he does not feel the need to do that, you make up for it. That's what a grown woman in you. Okay, it's all right. Okay, JJ, you done got your McDonald's for the day. All right, later on, I'm going to take blah, blah, blah to get their McDonald's. Or, you know, still give JJ his McDonald's too. It is what it is. It's how you handle it. Once you handle things a certain way, your kids will learn to adjust. Once they get used to their brother or their sister, baby daddy coming around bringing them stuff, as long as you're filling in the gaps for it, or you're explaining to them, no, JJ daddy bought that for him. Next time, I'll make sure your daddy, blah, 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 bring you, well, or you call daddy and see if he bring you some McDonald's. Call daddy and see if he bring you some Wendy's. Or if you got an ain't shit dad, baby daddy, then that's where you fill in the gaps. Take your other kids and get them some Wendy's or something, whatever the case is. As a mother, you have to do what you have to do to make sure your children aren't feeling deprived, to make sure your children aren't feeling left out, to make sure your children aren't being overlooked. And you cannot look for the man, unless he's your husband or y'all are in a relationship together and y'all have that understanding that all the children need to be treated the same. That's one thing. But to expect your baby daddy to take care of all of your other kids because either A, you ain't woman enough to explain to them that, look, all of y'all have different daddies. It's going to be times when JJ daddy going to come, Kiki daddy going to come. Guess what? All of y'all have different daddies. All of y'all daddies are not the same. As a woman, you got to explain that shit to your kids. Make them understand that, so when the other daddy comes around, they're not feeling intimidated. They're not feeling some type of way. Oh, well, J daddy brought him some McDonald's. It is what it is. It's just McDonald's. As a mother, you could always compensate for that. You could always take them to get some McDonald's as well. But Again, if a man chooses to do for your children, that's out of simple courtesy. Okay, he's not committed to taking care and providing for your other children, even in simple things. I get it. But like I said, you have some men, they will do that. I remember my stepdads or whatever, when he would come by and visit my brother, sister, he bring all us something. That's because he was just kind like that. You got other men who just don't feel like it's necessary for them to do that. And guess what? You can't get mad at them for it. You can't knock them for it. Honestly, it's been times, it's been times like for instance, like my my grandkids or whatever. My daughter doesn't have any grandkids, but my husband's other daughters got grandchildren. And sometimes when we go to just visit those two, it be like 8 or 9 other kids there. Okay? And kids are kids. They don't understand why certain kids can get something and certain kids can't. So we've just always, if we dropped off something, like for instance, I personally made Easter baskets last Easter. And I made all of them kids. I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of work. I could have made an Easter basket for just his 2 granddaughters and had let that bent. But I know kids are still kids, and they don't understand why, you know what I mean? And as a parent, you got to teach that. You have to make them understand how that goes and why it goes that way. But I ended up making like 5 Easter baskets. Okay, and my husband gave me the money to get all the stuff to get it. So all of the kids was happy. Nobody felt left out. Nobody felt like I'm more superior than my cousins because I got an Easter basket. My granddaddy brought me an Easter basket. Yeah, the other 3 got their own granddaddy, but that's what we felt was right, just based on how we were raised, our morals. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in the struggle. I know how I felt as a child when my cousins and stuff would get, when my aunt, when my mom would drop me off to my grandmother, and when my aunt would drop my cousins off. I remember how it felt when my cousins would come in with nice with expensive clothes, you know what I mean? And it's not that my aunt owed it to me to dress us like she dressed her kids. It's just a natural reaction for children to feel some type of way when they see other kids that are more privileged than them, even in simple situations. But my mother made me understand. I knew that my aunt them was very wealthy, and they had it like that, and we did it, and she explained that to us. So we didn't feel so much some type of way. We understood that they wasn't better than us, but they were different, and we were different. And like I said, that brought down the walls of jealousy and feeling bad because we ain't had, my mom had to explain to us, look here, they dad is in the military, retired, blah blah blah, this and that and everything. So she made us understand in her own language. So that kept down the animosity, because we were raised that we are different. And guess what? You're not going to have everything other people have. You can't get mad because you see kids who got more than you. You can't get mad because you see kids are able to do things that you cannot do. That is just life. As a parent, as a mother, we have to make that clear to our children. Again, she shouldn't have went off on that man like that, because now that man could get phone call together and say, you know what, I'm not bringing JJ no lunch, because I'm not going to deal with this. Every time I want to bring my son something, she's lashing and going off on me. And that's, truth be told, there are a lot of sisters out here who got displaced anger. I personally knew women who were mad with the baby daddies who was cooperating because the other baby daddies wasn't doing the goddamn thing. It is so crazy, but this is the psyche of some of these women today. Welfare got them feeling like they are so entitled, that since welfare takes care of all the kids and the welfare don't ask how many baby daddies, don't ask them questions, they think that applies for everything. They think nobody's not supposed to say anything. Everybody's supposed to just go with the flow of what they want and how they want it, and don't even understand it doesn't go that way. Again, you have some of these women feeling entitled to that. And a lot of it too, when they know some of these ain't shit baby daddies ain't doing their part, they want the men who are cooperating to fill in the gaps. And that is not fair. That is not fair. If this man is doing his part, he has nothing to do with the other three or the other four who isn't. I've seen women who have taken child support from the one father who is paying for his child, and she took that money and spent it on all three or four children. There's several of them doing that. And you know what they would say? Well, that's my money. So I do what I want to do with it, how I want to do with it. Okay, well, so whatever it is, so be it. But the point of the matter is you're basically setting children up for misbelief and thinking that they're getting everything based upon the fact that their father is really doing something, when it's really just one or two out of your 4 or 5 baby daddies that's doing their parts. And it's sad that other kids got to be shorted or have to split all of their child support up from the daddy who is a cooperative one, because you too lazy to fill in the gaps. You too lazy to step your game up. Ladies, that is just something we sign up for. You got 5 baby daddies and 3 of them ain't shit. You got to fill in the gaps for the 3 that ain't shit. It's not up to the other 2 to fill in for the other baby daddies. Any woman who thinks this way, something is definitely wrong with you, because you're not understanding. You had all of those babies. Your one baby daddy did not have all of those babies with you. You didn't use due diligence and have all your kids from a man who you knew would step up or do whatever he was supposed to do. So you want that one man to compensate and fill in the gaps. And again, like I stated, that may not even be the case. Maybe all of your baby daddies do their part. Guess what? If that baby daddy brings something for everybody, that's him. Okay? If you got this other baby daddy who only drops off things for his child, only picks up his child, takes his child to the movies or whatever, then be grateful for any type of cooperation, because these days, a lot of men are just walking away because they can't deal with the headaches. They can't deal with the demands. They can't deal with the drama. You know, some women make it very difficult for men to step up and want to be there, because she has to place all of these rules, regulations, stipulations. And at the end of the day, these men are grown men, just like you're a grown woman. You're not going to let people handle you but so much when it comes to how you raise and how you provide for your child. So you have to have that same energy for these other men who feel the same way you might feel. Nobody wants to constantly be told, well, if you want to see your child, you got to feed everybody. If you want to get your child, you got to get everybody. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that man could afford? Maybe he couldn't afford to get everybody McDonald's. Maybe all he had was $10 left over that day. You know what I'm saying? From putting, gas, filling up his tank to go to work. Maybe that's all he had. So out of his kindness, I'm going to go ahead and get JJ, so I got to change to McDonald's. You up here raising hell and going off, you know why? Because you don't want to have to be the one to explain to them why they ain't get no McDonald's. You don't want to tell them, oh, well, that's JJ daddy. Y'all other daddies ain't shit. Y'all other daddies, they just they ain't felt like bringing on McDonald's. Whatever the case was, you know what I mean? And I'm not encouraging women to bash the father of their children, but you get my drift. Anyway, I'm gonna get ready to shut this down. I just felt I needed to give my opinion on this. Again, these men are not obligated to taking care of all of your children. In fact, it's been some men who's been in relationships with women who had children, and because the relationship did not work out, she got mad because he no longer communicated with the children. Or in some instances, he still tried to communicate with the children, but because they're not together anymore, she doesn't feel like he needs to still have a relationship with her children. You got some women that are just difficult. I don't care if you decide to step up or you decide to step back. You just have some women that are going to make a mockery out of everything because they're just miserable with the decisions that they made, and they're miserable with the fact that the baby daddies who they want to cooperate, they're not cooperating. So therefore, they take it out on the ones that are willing to step up the most. Now, again, I don't need bitter baby mamas commenting in my section. I know thousands, millions of y'all out there got different scenarios, different dynamics to your situation. Well, no, that's not true, because I let my baby daddies, them, have everything. I let them get involved as much as they want, but every time I get them a chance, they never step up and do what they're supposed to do. I don't have time for the exceptions. I'm only speaking on this specific situation. That lady was way out of pocket. She felt that way. She could have pulled that man to the side, talked to him like a man. I realized as a woman, sometimes you get better results when you talk to a man like a man and you're not handling him like a little boy or a little child. If you're trying to hustle out your baby daddy and want him to step up and do what the other goddamn baby daddies ain't doing, learn to use the softness of your feminine ways to get a man to cooperate. Look here, I know you ain't got to do it, but next time, if you don't mind, just bring something to everybody. Just get, a pizza. You know what I mean? Just bring something, because my other baby daddies, they already ain't doing what they supposed to do. So I would appreciate it. You'll be surprised. Somebody be like, you know what? I ain't got a problem with that. That's cool. Maybe he ain't even think about the shit that way. But if he does it and say, well, no disrespect, but those are not my children. I'm only obligated to take care of. Okay, well, I appreciate it. That's all you can do. Y'all, sisters, y'all need to do better. Y'all really need to do better. Stop looking for other people to fill in the gaps where you are too lazy and your flaky ass baby daddies won't step up and do. So anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this situation, y'all. It is your girl, your diva, and knowledge. Lady Mocha represent Mocha's Cafe. They pass on Marvin serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Y'all, please make sure you hit the like button before you exit the stage. Hit that like button right quick, y'all. At least give me that like if I'm not going to get a donation, or both. Either is, superb for me. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later. Take care.